Might we move on to the roundup now? Speaking personally for the ladies, it was a very quiet weekend. There was only going to be 2 games in the Tyrrells. There was only one. And speaking about the other leagues, there was so much postponed because of the weather, and it looks like it was across the country in general for the men as well.
Yeah, there were postponements. National won, they lost a few games. There was a win for Coventry over Ampthill, quite convincing,
Yeah, big win.
63-14. And Darlington over bottom placed File. That was a lot closer, 13-10 at File. But it means that Coventry now top the league. They're still unbeaten, 67 points, with Darlington in second place on 55 points. The interesting thing is tomorrow, Darlington entertain Coventry. So, a very intriguing game.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one comes up there. Other games, Blackheath are that they beat Caldy 29-17. They move into third place by virtue of a few other sides not playing.
I'm just reading your next prompt.
Right. And spare a thought for poor old Rosslyn Park. They set off from King's Cross at 7:15. Arrived up at Hull to play the match, and arrived at the Hull ground to find the pitch frozen, and had to make the journey
Turn
back
around
again.
and come straight back.
Yeah, unfortunately, a message pointing out the fact that the game wasn't going to take place was lost in transit. But
That's never going to be brought up, is it?
well, of course we wouldn't do that. Anyway, National 2 North. Hinkley retained top spot. They beat, again, bottom place Wharfdale. Wharfdale came into it, and it was 2017.
Yeah, it looks like a good game, that.
Yeah, Hinkley had to be on their medal to stay that. Sale move into second place. They beat Bladen 54-12. But Tyndale's match with Stourbridge was postponed. So that's why there's an irregularity in terms of positions there. In the south, there were no cancellations. Chinner march on, but they'd given a fright by Bury St Edmunds. Bury played this wide, expansive game, and he did actually catch Chinner out. And,
Quality game that must have been.
And it caused problems. They did clinch the match, 37-34. Second place, Cinderford had a convincing win at Taunton, 33-14. So Cinderford retained second place. And Taunton stay third, but now Rams are coming into the equation. They were quite ruthless in their win over Canterbury, at Canterbury. It's not an easy place to go and win. And they won that 40 points to 15. So both Taunton and Rams are on 52 points. But at the moment, Chinner and Cinderford are slightly ahead. In the regional leagues, one cancellation in London. Hertford's game fell foul of the weather, so Guernsey go top after beating third place Tring 19-13, and Barnes retained fourth place after beating Towcestrians, who are at the bottom of the league, 62-7. In the Midlands, Birmingham Solihull's match was pulled because of the weather, but they remain 11 points clear of Peterborough Lions, who beat Bourneville 56-29. In the north, there are only 3 games went ahead.
Badly hit up there.
Yeah, Preston Grasshoppers were able to get a game. They beat Billingham 38-5, and they retained a top spot. Again, they're building a little bit of a lead. Southwest, all the matches were played. Dings now are starting to pull ahead. They beat Lydney 31-19. Newton Abbot slumped to their 4th defeat at the hands of Bournemouth. So Bournemouth now join Newton Abbot on 45 points, but coming out of the rest of the field is an informed Maidenhead side. Yeah, they brushed aside Western-super-Mare 70 points to 26, and they now move into 4th place in the league on 44 points. So Ding's proven ahead, but the other is quite close. In the lower leagues, they've sort of reached the halfway stage, and I thought there are 1 or 2 clubs worth a mention in the fact that they're unbeaten at this stage of the season, which is an achievement by any stretch of the imagination. So Rochford 100 in London 2 Northwest, unbeaten. Dartfordians in London 2 Southwest. Old Emmanuel, London 3 Southwest have all done well. Whitchurch and Droitwich in the Midland 2s are both unbeaten. Old Pats in Southwest 1. East, that they've retained this unbeaten record, and then you've got Sherborne in Southern Counties being unbeaten, and Winnington Park in the South Lancs Cheshire League are unbeaten. So well done to all of those clubs, and obviously they'll be looking to try and retain those unbeaten records in the new year.
I wonder whether there's any. I was having a conversation. Is there any truth in the matter that Maidenhead do seem to be doing very, very well indeed, and I wonder if there's any truth in the home advantage with the 3G pitch.
Interesting one. I mean, that's well, if it is, Dings Crusaders are going to have their new one. So I suppose it does. It would give you an advantage training on it. But conversely, I suppose when you're playing in particularly heavy conditions, and you've not been able to train, or you're not used to them, then you might suffer a bit. But certainly Maidenhead have done very well. But thanks very much for watching again. There's some great rugby this weekend in and around your local clubs, so get out and support them. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.